Howdy. How y'all doing? Hopefully good. Stay motivated, hydrated. Hopefully you guys all had a good week. It's Saturday. I did my fatherly duties today. I took the kids to like this big indoor play set pen, whatever. And tomorrow's Mother's Day. I was gonna go out, but I don't know that. So now that I'm a dad, right? Why is this jump? So I push down 2, 3. Windows X weird sometimes. Anyway, so when I'm a dad, right, I had the last 2 Father's Day. Father's Day came, I'm like, I don't see what the big deal is, right? So like, I don't know. I always made it a big thing. I always thought it was a big thing when you were growing up, Mother's Day, Father's Day. But like when I had my Father's Day, I'm like, it's a big deal. Like, I have a feeling it's just made just like Valentine's Day for the, you know, freaking Hallmark and all them for, getting more money out of us. Okay. Oh, now I remember where I last left off. Okay. Interesting. Forgot this is the just ripping apart the Confederate Army. Whoa! Got all the cannons set up. Just ripping them apart. I'm gonna have you guys fire at will. It's just pour lead into them. I gotta start pulling these guys back. They're not doing the best. So, who are you attached to? Williams Brigade's attached to the 5th Division on the Howard. Yeah, I'm gonna start having them pull back because they ain't looking so good. I got Colonel Morgan. I wonder what happened to, do you guys remember, Dan Morgan from the Revolutionary War? I wonder if he had, like, kids, and, if his kids actually, participated in, the Civil War and all that. Now they're gonna try to take this. Kempa. At the double quick, boys! Yeah, Kemper is just took that cover. Dang it. Smart man. And my boys here running out of ammo. So anyway, I took my kids to this big play pen thing. It's like 3 stories, and it's like, I mean, it's a children's, like, Walt Disney World, just like a playpen version of it, right? My kids love it every time we go there. Although, for 3 kids, it's like $90, something like that. It's freaking crazy. But we didn't take them there for a long time. So I figured, hey, let me try to be a good dad, and take them there. Definitely gonna have you guys head over here. So, on top of this $100 that I had to spend, right? And by the way, this is another thing that I gotta put a negative review. Despite the good experience we had, it's $100. But the big thing was, you can't bring any food or drinks from the outside. Not coffee, nothing. You gotta leave your coffee in the car. And I'm like, to me that was like, no. I was asking them, I'm like, why do we gotta leave, I'm like, do you guys sell coffee? And they're like, we sell coffee, just not Starbucks coffee. And I'm like, so probably Folgers, right? Alright, so Sherman is over here, not the Sherman that we all know and love, some other Sherman. I got some Colonel Hatch over here. And You got this unit there that's... You're down to 7 rounds. I got another... No, this unit's not doing too well. I'm probably going to have to pull these guys off and utilize them. Even though they got muskets, I'll have to utilize them for, like, close combat. Because at this point, my boys over here ain't doing so well. You know, we're running out of men, in effect. Hey, buddy. I thought when the kids were gonna come home, they were just gonna nap out. Nope. Sacking. Okay, carpetbagger. Little bit of a carpetbagger, not a full carpetbagger. Where the heck is... Okay. I hate when you zoom out of the game, it kind of, like, disorients you. Kind of, I don't know. Hi, Anna. Alright, I'm gonna have you guys stop pulling back. I know. I'm gonna have to have these guys pull in very close. Why is the... See, you guys notice that? How it does that? What? You have it open. Go to your mom. Can you look over the kids? Give me a second, guys. Okay. Where was I? There we go. Alright, so I'm bringing this unit over here. Bring this unit. Why is this... I don't know. Why can't it... You know what I'm saying? Do you guys notice this? I can't put this unit close, because this tree just grabs this function and then just doesn't allow them to... See? This tree right here is causing a huge bug, man. I literally can't have my soldiers move any closer. Bloody tree. Something's going on with this game, man. I'm telling you. It's gonna take a while for all the bugs to be completely fished out, you know? Half these units are just... You got Grant here. I have 4 brigades. All of them just done. They're just like, we're exhausted, dude. We're not doing anything. Critton. Oh, he broke. That's not good. I'm gonna have to start using cavalry, guys. I'm not joking. Cold steel, boys. Cold steel. Have that cavalry come up on their rear. They're gonna try to... I would think they're gonna start trying to move their... Come on, get there, get there, get there. Ah! Come on, cold steel. I guess I'm not gonna do cold steel. Keep pouring into them, boys. Give them the cold steel. Quick step, my boys! Surprised this musket has that kind of range. I thought the musket range was a lot shorter, honestly, guys. Oh, somebody got shot over here. Colonel Stone, you gotta be careful. Let me check the chat. Patrick says, Gene, you are from Brooklyn and live in Virginia. That's full carpetbagger. Yeah, but not for too long. Not for too long. Hopefully moving back to New York. End of this year, maybe beginning of next year. Honestly, no offense to the Virginians, can't deal with the heat. Just, no, not anymore. And then no offense to Virginia people, but y'all gotta recycle, because there's too many garbage dumps around. There's a garbage dump everywhere. Driving on the highway, I'm like, garbage dump, garbage dump, garbage dump. I'm like, jeez, man. My wife doesn't, like, I grew up in Brooklyn, so, like, it's a law, you have to recycle. And they actually send out people to go through your trash. So if there's something recycle in there, they will fine you. And how you call it? So like you have to recycle in New York. It's not a question. It's like if you call it not recycling, it's a serious deal. But we don't have any garbage dumps in New York, as far as I know. Like I literally go to Long Island, go upstate, all this stuff. I don't even think I've seen a single garbage dump. I know we send our garbage to Virginia for like a decade. We might still actually be doing that. But New York takes it seriously. And I notice people down here, there's recycle bins out on the street, but people don't use them. People don't like recycle around here. Like I catch my wife and my stepdaughter numerous times just taking stuff that's easy recycle, you know, putting it in the trash. I'm like, you realize that's recyclable. And, you know, you can't fault them because they're not conditioned, you know. It's like, yeah, but, you know, I forgot, or, you know, it's that kind of thing where it's like, unless you're forced to do it, you're probably not going to do it. Wow, look at this. They just abandoned a whole bunch of these guns. I should have actually done this long time ago. It's only noon, and I expended pretty much all the ammunition. Let me check where the Army General guy is. The head honcho. General Reynolds. So, 58%. The Army's at 58%. 57% ammunition. There's no way we would make it to evening, but I don't think I have to because the Confederate Army's breaking. They're breaking, boys! Oh, you guys are low on ammo too, again? Patrick says, no garbage dumps in New York. Have you heard of Staten Island? Yeah. I mean, it's not an active garbage dump. We used to send it to, I think it's called Fresh Kills. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's Fresh Kills. Man, I remember going to see Terminator 2. Back in the day, when Terminator 2 first came out, I remember seeing it a couple of miles, like 3-4 miles from Fresh Kills. And the smell was so horrific. I've never smelled anything that nasty before. Well, until I got in the military. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, where's my... You need to move your butt, man. Seriously, you gotta get there. Anyway, but Fresh Kills has been, I don't think it's been in use for like... Oh, nice! The enemy's retreating. Seems to be retreating from the field. Nice. I'm not gonna push. I don't have the what do you call it, the ammo for it. And you know, honestly, in this game, to push and encircle them, it doesn't do anything. Like, they're not gonna surrender. But yeah, Fresh Kills has been out for like 20 years or something. They paved it over, um, and ever since then there hasn't been a garbage dump, as far as I know. That they use. I know they put all the garbage on, what do you call it, the barges, and they're shipped somewhere. I'm pretty much sure it's Virginia because I remember reading the paper one time. But yeah. This guy has been engaged for so long, he didn't lose a single guy. That's crazy. He has no ammo, though. He's literally down to, like, one bullet. I think we sent our garbage also in New Jersey, too. Because I remember reading it. I remember calling it the garbage state for that reason. That's the end of the battle. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward this here. But yeah, I mean, if you go upstate New York, Rockland County, upstate by Albany, man, it's so beautiful. Whew. Absolutely gorgeous. The only thing is there's not a lot of battlefields. It's not like Gettysburg. It's not like Virginia where you could drive. I mean, heck, there's freaking battle that occurred in this area. Norfolk Revolutionary War battlefields over there. You could drive another 30, 40 minutes, go to Yorktown, the final battle of the American Revolution, final major battle of the American Revolution. Then you could drive another maybe 30, 40 minutes west, run into Cold Harbor. I mean, there's just so much battlefield in Virginia that I love going to them, but that battlefield charm is going away. I'll be honest with you. Not that the battlefields are losing any significance. It's just that they are taking the ground around the battlefield and building residential properties, McDonald's, and stuff like that. It's kind of concerning. I remember, like, I was at Wilderness, I believe, right where was it? I'm thinking it's part of the battle where not far from where Stonewall got shot, right in the dock. I believe it was that. And I remember driving, like, I'm not joking, maybe like 100 yards, maybe 50 yards. It was a McDonald's. Like, come on, man. It was ridiculous. I was like, you put a McDonald's here? And that's why I love the American Battlefield Trust. If you guys want to donate your money, donate it to them. They buy up this stuff. Like, so let's say that McDonald's goes out of business, right? And before Wendy's or White Castle, whoever wants to take that land, American Battlefield Trust will buy it with your donation money and then sell it to the uh whatever um whatever the Bureau of Land Management, the federal government that oversees historical parks, right? They will sell it for like $1 to the to the historical park, and then add to the battlefield. I love that, man. I'm telling you. And they've done some incredible things. There was Pickett's Buffet, right? If you guys ever been to Gettysburg, there's a Pickett's Buffet, right, maybe like 50 yards from where Pickett's charge happened. Maybe 20 and 50. Actually, it's right on it. So it's literally a couple of yards from where Pickett's charge happened. Anyway, they wanted to put a casino there, right? Obviously, American Battlefield Trust fought them. Uh, then, what is it? Then the Pickett's Buffet moved and that building and the landmark, the whatever was going to be sold. So before McDonald's or whoever decided to take it, they bought it up, selling it back to the battlefield. I love that. But it's a constant fight, and you can't trust the locals either because I was there. I was at a bar in O'Rourke's, which is maybe like 100 yards from what do you call it? 100 yards from Pickett's Charge, having a beer. And I remember the guy I was sitting next to was talking about the casino. And he was just like, we need to put a casino there. They got to stop fighting us. And I'm like, listen, I'm a tourist here, right? I come here maybe like 4 or 5 times a year. And like, I come here, I wouldn't want to see a casino there. Honestly, if you guys put a casino there, like, basically, like, I'm not coming. Like, not often. Or I'm not coming to that section of the battlefield. I'm less likely to spend money here. He's just like, this is about jobs. And I'm like, I. That's a bad. Jobs are good. Casino is bad. Casino will. Casino's gonna like just spoil. That's like cooking a really beautiful. That's like having a really good tomato sauce, right? And then putting ketchup in it. It's kind of like something like that, right? It's gonna ruin that flavor. It's just gonna ruin everything. You just might as well throw it all out, kind of thing. And so I was telling him, I was like, I believe I was saying something like there are other things you can do. There's other places you could put this thing. You don't have to put it right on the battlefield. They wanted to put it right in the middle of Pickett's Charge. Right where the Culp of Trees is. We're talking maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 yards from the Culp of Trees. So you'll be walking, right, on, I call it Cemetery Ridge. And be like, here's the Culp of Trees. Here's some, this is where Armistead got shot. Oh, and there's a casino. Now, you're not going to convince me that casino is going to bring good jobs. Okay? It's going to bring, it'll bring jobs, but it's also going to bring crime. It's also going to bring some shady stuff to that town. So, Patrick says New York City was generally stinky when I visited in 2017. That's the New York smell. That's a normal New York smell. That's because we put trash out on the on the street. Because you would not believe how much trash New York makes in a day. Connecticut is way nicer. Connecticut is nice, but go to upstate New York. I'm telling you, go by Albany. It's beautiful over there. Patrick says, I actually ate at Pickett's buffet in 2013 when my family was in Gettysburg for the 150th. Oh, get out of here. Hey, man, I probably walked past you. I was there for the 150th myself. I always kept saying we should go to Pickett's buffet. I never did. I don't know why I never did. So in this battle, I lost 2,400 men. So I'm down to about, what, 14,000? They lost 7,000 men. All their guns. They lost all their guns. I lost 5 guns. Yeah. How the heck did I lose 5 guns? They lost 25, so I gained 20 guns. They lost 65 cavalry. I lost 57, but 7,000 infantry. They ain't gonna be able to replace that. How the heck did they calculate that? Anyway. But yeah, kind of curious, Patrick. Are you going for the 160th? Because every 10 years, that's how big it's gonna be. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be big as big as the 150th, but it's gonna be close. From what I understand, 150th, 155th, 160th, 165th, they're all big ones. But the ones that end in a 0 are always bigger than anything else. Colonel Stone has become famous and is an inspiration for his men. Oh, nice. I like that. Hey, buddy. I've been thinking about going to Gettysburg. It's just nice. This is gonna jump. We have captured 3,900 rifles. I'm kind of curious what kind of rifles they are. I love that you can capture this, though. 988 enemy soldiers have been captured. Nice. Now, it's important to have POW camps because otherwise these guys would get paroled and be back in the Confederate Army. But, I don't know. I've been thinking about going to Gettysburg, but how do I say? I've been hesitant because it's becoming so... Stuff is becoming very political nowadays, and I'm concerned about going to these places and finding a certain group of people there. You know, I didn't notice that the number of times I've been going to historical events that there's a more, how do I say? I'll give you a good example. I've been going to Gettysburg for like, I don't know, over a decade. Many years, 3 to 5 times, sometimes maybe more. I know. A little obsessed. And I noticed somewhere around 2017, 2018, somewhere around there, that Gettysburg started getting some extreme tourists. Some people that actually would protest on the battlefield. I couldn't believe when I heard it. Like, I remember I was in Gettysburg and I was talking to a local, and they were talking about how there are groups that are showing up there to support the Second Amendment, and I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, what the heck is going on? This is a battlefield. This is not a place for you to. This is a place to remember what happened. This is not a place to bring your political beliefs and then, you know, do that kind of stuff. Oh, and by the way, during that protest, one of the guys shot at themselves. Yeah. I remember because I was joking around. I was laughing about it at the bar. I was just like, some guy shot himself? It's like, yeah. I'm like, how the frick did he do that? It's like, that we don't know. Like, he shot himself. And Gettysburg has a small police and volunteer firefighters and ambulance. So they had to dispatch whatever people they had to there. And they're all volunteers, so either they have to punch out of work or what have you. But it's just like, what the freak is wrong with you, dude? This is not the place to do that. So, I don't know. It's weird. Patrick says, my dad, brother, and I did the commemorative march with Davis's brigade in 2013. I am going with my dad this July. Oh, nice. Good. Yeah, I got the emails that they're doing it. That they're doing the reenactment. I really want to do it, to go there and watch it, but at the same time, I don't know. There's other few things that, so, the other thing that I have about the reenactment is that it doesn't change. Now, I've been to the reenactment, I think for the 150th, 151st, 152nd, 153rd. I've been to a lot of them. And I do notice that it's the same stuff over and over. Now, the reenactment, obviously, it's pretty much the same thing, too. It's like they'll focus on different battles within Gettysburg, right? But it's basically the same thing. You have line of infantry of Union, Confederate, go at it, fire at each other, and that's about it. So it's the same thing. They just add some backstory to it. The events that happens in the tents, right? The speeches, and you know, they'll bring in the reenactor playing Armistead and our reenactor playing Hancock. It's the same thing every year, like literally down to the wording almost. And you know, I was just like, yeah, I've heard this before. I heard that before. I heard that before. So like, I'm at the point where like, I want something. Okay, buddy. Okay. I want something new, you know? Like, I wish they would change it up, you know? Like, instead of putting, I don't know, Hill, right? There's a famous actor that does Hill. In fact, it's the same actor that did it in the movie. He talks about Hill, and they basically cover the same topics each time. And I just wish they would change it up. Talk about, I don't know, some other campaign. Talk about, I don't know, just expand on it, And the Gettysburg Foundation, the one that does the museum, right? I've been noticing, I've been going to that more. They have like these not book clubs. I forgot what they call it, but let me take you over to it. Um, so you could actually watch it. I'm hoping I got it right. Yeah, it's called Sacred Trust. So you could actually watch these, and I highly, highly recommend. Uh, if you've been to a reenactment, saw all the events in the tents, do this. Because a lot of times these Sacred Trust talks, they call it Sacred Trust talks, happen at the same time as the reenactment. These are far more interesting, to be honest with you. Like, they bring famous authors of Civil War books, and they talk about the books, certain key segments, and it's so illuminating. You'll catch me in a few of them in the early ones, because I did ask questions on a number of them. I don't know if they have it here, but if you go through the Sacred Trust talks, probably this one, I was at this one. So I'm in like one or two of these videos. You gotta take these Sacred Trust talks. They're incredible, man. Like, I learned so much more about the Battle of Gettysburg in these talks than I did at the reenactment. I'll never forget, there was this one. Oh, I thought this was a whole playlist. It's not a whole playlist. Yeah, full playlist. I think it was in this one. I might be mistaken, but there was a female author. I forgot her name. I'm really bad at with memory and all this. Maybe it was 2013. Maybe it was 2013. Let me check. I'll have to find it, and then hopefully I'll put it into the description here. I know I always forget these things. But in short, basically she was talking about the history of Gettysburg from the battle to modern day. And I found it so illuminating. It was no joke, guys. It was so amazing. Like, she talked about what happened following the battle, how long it took for for them to bury the dead, the U.S. Army, tank corps being developed there. I mean, I had numerous questions for her, and thankfully she answered them all. I'll have to find it, but it was so freaking. I think maybe it's this one. She looks so familiar. But yeah, it was incredible, guys. One of the best talks I've been to. But yeah, that's something that I really love, and they do it outside a lot of times, and I really love it. You get that. It's just amazing, freaking amazing. And it's free, by the way. So it's not like the reenactment where you got to pay. I don't know how much you got to pay, 30 to 50 bucks. These are free. You just walk up, sit down. That's it. That's your commitment. um, Patrick says, Gene, you should do a subscriber meetup in the Gettysburg this summer. It's not a bad idea. Of course, the reenactment will be the same every time because it's the same battle. Yeah, but I think with the reenactment, they can do more. It's the same battle, but they focus on certain. They pull certain things. Like, they won't cover the whole battle during one reenactment. They will pull like cavalry skirmish that happened on this part of the town. They will pull something from day 2, battle by the wheat field. They'll pull certain segments, but how do I say what? Man, you gotta do it this way, buddy. But I don't know. It just, how do I say? I think there's ways to spruce it up. put the commander in the in front of the audience, right? Expand the reenactment. Not just don't put like a stage out there and just do the same thing, right? Uh, do a reenactment, but do it in certain parts of the field so you can get that immersion of like, hey, this one's gonna happen in by the woods here. The next one's gonna be in this actual wheat field because they did like a battle in the wheat field, but there was no wheat field, so it changes your perception. You know what I'm saying? Fun fact: the school where I went to college closed down in 1861 because all the students. Oh wow. Their company suffered 100% casualties in Pickett's charge. Wow. What state do you live in? I could imagine if they all joined the Confederate Army that it's probably a southern state. We gotta get you a new iPad, buddy. This whole thing is broken. This thing is broken, buddy. But yeah, I mean, those sacred talks are much more informative and they're just much more attractive, at least for me. Like they're much more attractive to attend. And the other thing is like, look, don't get me wrong, I really love the reenactment. However, there's so many other things that are much more attractive. I told you about the Sacred Trust talks, but let's say you don't want to do Sacred Trust talks, right? Let's say you want to be out in the field, right? The National Park Service, during the Battle of Gettysburg, actually takes a few of their experts, right, and they form groups, and they go to certain sections of the battlefield. I would highly recommend that more than the reenactment. That's so much more informative. Like, you actually walk with your group and you go to certain sections and they talk about, so this is where, and they actually bring posters and they're like, so this is the colonel of the 20th Maine, and he held this ridge. This wasn't here, but this was. And, many men fell on this spot, and they would just go on, and it was so much more informative, much more realistic, and just much more better experience. Okay, buddy, okay. But yeah, it's a much more better experience. Finance political reforms that will allow more efficient policy making in the long run, whether this means structural changes. How is this going to help me? Alex, calm down. Okay, relax. You need to breathe. I don't need railroads. Suppress population. Yeah, I might do this. Let me first check the recruitment, see how we doing with that. Field armies, there we go. Department of the West. This is that guy that lost, right? No, that's that's this guy. I like him. I don't know if I want to get rid of him. Hold on, let me check his stats. He's still good, man. Oh, Lion. Oh, gosh. And they have rifled muskets, too. I don't know, guys. Still looks good. I don't know. Why is a cavalry guy commanding? It's so weird. You know, now that I think about, I'm just thinking here. I would love to go to Gettysburg, but I'm thinking now that I have kids, they wouldn't want to go to the Sacred Trust talks. I could guarantee you that my son's gonna be like, no, no, no. I want to have fun, something fun to do. Finally, this guy got his troops together. Finally, dude. It only took you a year and a half, maybe. All right, Colonel Sturgis. He looks good, actually. He's a cavalry commander. I don't know. Let's replace him with an infantry guy. Ooh, I liked him. Kimball. Let's do that. Colonel Robert Anderson of what do you call it? Yeah, we need to replace you, dude. You shouldn't be commanding infantry. No offense. I like you, but infantry. I need infantry guys. He looks good. Administration, leadership, yeah. All right, so let's look at the recruitment, and it's horrible. It's still horrible, guys. Look at us. Illinois is the only one that actually will send any troops over 1,000. Okay, okay. Relax. Wow. So I guess I could do our cavalry. Where is this? Let's do Kentucky, Iowa. All right. I guess we'll do cavalry, and then Gosh, this is a bad idea. This is bad idea, dude. Just don't have the freaking troops. 71 pieces of 12 pounders. I like that. All right. This is not good. Jeez, I don't even have cavalry weapons. But I can't form. Man, this is not good. All right, I'm gonna head to Cincinnati and try to take that. He's still not ready. I got a Confederate division of 9,000 facing my main army of 18,000. Nice. Oh, I love seeing that routed. That's right. You better run. Love it, love it. Want more of it, huh? I'm going to set up defensive fortifications there. General John Reynolds, you daggone. Save the Union Army again. Alex, you gotta calm down. It says barely afloat. Blockade. Why would you? No. I mean, they're in port, right? Because there's a port right there. Hoping they're repairing. Dude, you need to double quick, man. That's great. All right, so right now we're actually doing good, guys. We got Richmond, right? Richmond fell. Richmond is Union at this point. I got this one guy in this fort here. I'm gonna definitely. I can't put anybody in there. Just, oh gosh, man, I don't have true. All right, Alex. Jeez, dude. Enough. I kid you not. Like, so I'm unemployed right now. My whole job has been laying off since November, and so pretty much everybody's gone. or on the way out. Whoever's left. I can't imagine anybody left at this point. Anyway, so watching the kids 7 days a week. That's what I get every day. It's like, go, go, go. I'm like, jeez, give me a break. Kids. Patrick said it was Company 8. Oh, 11 Mississippi Infantry at the University with grades. Oh, wow. There's actually a cemetery monument on campus for the Civil War. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. I always, so since you're in Mississippi, have you visited Vicksburg? That's one place I want to go to. Yeah, I so want to go to Vicksburg, man, because Vicksburg is like, I mean, obviously, Vicksburg is as important, or in some cases, some people will say, more important than the Battle of Gettysburg. Maybe I should put a fort here. What do you guys think? I'll put a fort there. There we go. $11 million, but it's going to be worth it since I control. The only problem is, you guys notice there is no supply going from there to there. There is no supply. I'm probably going to break off a piece of this army. I'll take Hancock with 1,800 men. And the reason why I want to do this is I need to gain these towns here. I need Williamsburg, Yorktown, so this way my supplies can come up this route. Otherwise, we're going to be screwed. So I'm going to send 1,800 men. It's not a lot. And it's Hancock. So Hancock is strong. Strong like bull. This is the Army of the United States, right? Army of the U.S. Hancock must have been in the other army. Doubleday, Shields. I guess I'll send... Oh, these are big units. French, Tidball, Sherman. I'll send Sherman. I like Sherman. So let's create a new army. Oh, crap. This is the one thing weird I don't like about this. I can't just separate this army. Stupid. I can't just separate this army. I have to... This is weird. This is stupid and weird. Alright. So, what I have to do to get this done... I'll call this the Army of Southern Virginia. Alright. So, now, they're over here. I know. I think. Unless they fixed the bug. No, they didn't fix the bug. Where's this bloody army? Oh, don't tell me it just disintegrated because I didn't put anybody in it. Yeah, it did. Ah. Where is it? Maryland. Okay. Alright. So... add new group. Chapman, whatever. And then... I'm going to do a transfer. And then we'll move Sherman under him. Yeah, transfer. Okay, cool. So that should do it. And Chapman, I don't need you. So now I gotta have to move. Where's that army? Please tell me they fixed the bug. Is it fixed? No, it's not. I don't see any army there. There we go. So now I have to move this army here. Which is... it's crazy, guys, isn't it? Absolute ridiculous. And the gosh, forget it. It's so stupid. Looks like I'm winning the war though. But yeah, man, I'm really getting motivated to go to Gettysburg, to be honest. Now that we've been talking about it for quite a little bit here, I'm really pumped to go. So I think I might go for the during the anniversary of July. I believe I'll be going. I'm just concerned about running into those extremists because where the heck is that? Oh, you all the way down here? You serious? You gonna don't tell? You're staying here, right? You're not moving. But yeah, I just don't want to run into, especially with all the politics going on nowadays. Like, I've never seen the country this divided before, and it's not good. It's definitely not good. I was hoping we were, I don't know. And I try not to get into politics. Yeah, I try not to get into politics, but sometimes it's just, you know, you see the stuff that's going on TV, and it's just like, geez, what the heck is going on? Alright, so I got this. Oh, you're fighting against the battery. Shoot. Oh, that's why. Okay. We're gonna have to pause that. Because those ships are not gonna be able to take out that fort. I didn't know there was a fort. There's 2 forts, actually. Shoot, man. I wonder if my intelligence saw that beforehand. Smart freaking Confederates, I will tell you that. Alright, we're gonna have to build more ships, guys. We're gonna to blockade the freaking Confederate forces. That's ridiculous, man. I need a lot more ships than what I got coming down the pike. Ooh, what is this? Ship's tender gunboat. Alright, let's go to New York Harbor, because, you know, New York. Alright, build. What the heck? Hold on. New York Harbor. Alright, construct new ship. Okay. Alright, I still can't get... I got frigates, sloops of war. Ooh. Interesting. I want this. I want that. I can't build... Yeah. The good stuff is still out of reach. Because my technology is not where it needs to be. Where's the monitor? Legal blockade. Ooh. Oh, okay. I might need to do this. That's 724 days, though. Jeez, that's a freaking 2 years. Jeez. No, that's not happening. My buddy is like... So, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, the Knicks lost the playoffs, and I don't know if you guys are interested in that. It's just... it wasn't a good day yesterday. I'll leave it at that. My buddy's like, they need to trade away these players. I'm like, stop with this trade away. I feel like if the team doesn't perform at 100% and succeed in winning everything, everybody's like, trade them away, get somebody new. You gotta build the team, man. You guys ever see the Disney movie? It's called Dream, I think, with Kurt Russell. You don't trade away players. You build them, man. How do I... Oh, you know what? to get a monitor, I need this. What do you call it? The projects here. There we go. This is what I need. But obviously I can't because we don't have the money yet. Right? Oh, please don't tell me you crashed. Don't tell me you crashed. Patrick says, I've been to Vicksburg twice. Nice. In 2005 and 2006. I forget which. And in 2019. Nice. Wow. If you haven't been, you should go. Absolutely. Yeah, the only problem is it's so far away. It's not like, freaking going to Gettysburg, which is like, a couple hours away. That going to Vicksburg from here is like it's going to take days. I would love to go. It's just so far away. The siege lines are pretty well preserved, nice, and the city isn't much bigger than it was in 1863. I wonder if you guys, if you go toward the sea part, do you still see the caves where the soldiers stayed during and the townspeople stayed during the siege? Who do you think is a Civil War general who doesn't get the recognition? Civil War general that doesn't get the recognition. That's a good question. Civil War general does not get the recognition he deserves. You're not gonna like my answer. So, yeah, you're not gonna like my answer. All right, and I'll tell you why you're not gonna like my answer. Before you turn off the stream, McClellan. Hold on, relax, hold on, and I'll tell you why. In fact, hold on. It is, I think it's this guy. There's a sacred talk on this exact topic, and I want you guys to see it before you jump. I think it's this one. Believe it's this one. If it's not, I'll have to research it. But there was an author that did a book on McClellan, and he's a very famous author. He was at this thing, and the talk began. He's like, I'm going to tell you why McClellan was so vital. And I'm like, hold on for a second. I don't know about this. Hold on. We all know McClellan, the freaking 7 days over here. We all know what happened. We all know what happened at Antietam. Come on. The only thing he was good was in the administration of the army. And the author did cover that. He says that McClellan turned the army from basically a militia to a professional army. And he spent about half the talk doing that, and I gained a lot of respect for McClellan for that. But he covers some of the McClellan's battles with the Army of the Potomac. And like I said, my memory's bad, so I can't reiterate. I would just recommend watching the video. Is much more impactful. But he did mention how vital and some of the things that McClellan did during the 7 Days battle, the campaign up the peninsula. What? Oh, nice. That McClellan did during these battles. That McClellan did during these battles. And I remember, especially, he did cover parts of Antietam, because I was just like, McClellan kind of boondoggled that. Could have moved, this corps into action and ended the Civil War, all this stuff. And he had a number of things to say, and I'll be honest, I remember at the end, this is 10 years ago, so I barely remember what I ate yesterday, so... but I remember at the end that I was like, holy crap, McClellan was a good commander on the field and as an administrator. He wasn't as good as like Reynolds or Hancock, but he was good. And I was surprised, and I gained a lot more respect for him. I gotta read that book that the guy did. I was gonna buy it, but I totally forgot to. Alright, we're gonna get Wheeling. Oh, crap. Do you guys see this? 5,000 men. I'm not even going to be able to challenge them. This is the problem when the Confederacy actually has more troops than you. I have 48,000. They have nearly double my amount. And this is why it's so important in this game, especially in this game, to not... What's the word I'm looking for? To not engage in battles where there's a risk to lose. Because every battle that you lose is going to reduce the amount of volunteers that you're going to have. Yeah, you definitely 100% want... Yeah, you see, this is what happens. And you have a couple of battles that didn't go your way. 1 or 2 battles, that's it. Everybody, like, volunteers won't come out of the woodwork. Now, I'm trying to hope that I get more money so I can do this, what is it? One right here. Recruitment offices. So I put in a lot of money for you, but it's still not enough. Like, I'm not getting the people I need. I definitely need to do, what do you call it? That's going to come in 74 days. I definitely need to do a draft. Or recruitment bounties. I need this. But again, I need this before I can get this. This is a problem, guys, you know? Right now, the Confederacy can whip me really well, you know? Now, I do have Richmond, you know? But at 5,000 men, I can't challenge them. I have 1,000 men. Oh crap! Hold on, stand by. No, halt! I forgot because we gotta take this Cincinnati. No! I screwed up. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to capture Cincinnati. Screw it. Where's the railroad? Oh gosh, I would have to come up here, this way, and the railroad ends. There ain't no railroad west. These are all roads. Hold on, I gotta spend a lot of money, guys. Stand by for a second. Check this out. I should have been freaking doing this from the beginning. I just wish there was a way instead of just going down this list. Yeah, I'm gonna do auto manage. Should I? Nah, screw it. Let's just do it ourselves. Can't believe the freaking... Alright. Yeah, I need to pay for that. Is it this one right here, right? Build that. Alright, I'm gonna build that. I can't believe I don't have a railroad that goes beyond Fort Wayne. The railroad ends there, guys. It doesn't even go to Chicago. Daggone, man. I mean, there is a... Hold on. There is a railroad that goes to Chicago. But it goes this way. It doesn't even go... It goes to Canada. Gosh, damn it. Oh my gosh, that's fracking horrible, man. There's no way I can get it in Indianapolis. Shoot, man. This is fracking bad, man. This is bloody bad. No, we're not doing that. I do need this. The more road construction, the slower the construction progress. I don't care. Build it, man. I'll throw in billions of dollars. Build it, build it, build it. Is this town mine? Nah, I don't think so. It has that red flag, the redness. Yeah, so going back to Vicksburg, look how far Vicksburg is from me. I'm in this area. Look at that. I wonder how many hours that's gonna be. But I do plan. was planning to do before I had a family. Um, like I keep putting things off, and now I'm at the point where I you know, it's so harder to get in the car and just drive. So I was planning to actually drive out and then drive out here, go to Chattanooga, right? Where is it, Chattanooga? Is it over here? London. Where's Chattanooga? Cumberland Gap. Chattanooga. I was gonna go here in Tennessee, right? I was gonna go to Atlanta, and then Nashville, uh, and then I was gonna come around here and then go down to Vicksburg, and then of course probably hit New Orleans, and then probably just stick in this, you know, like it's gonna go like something like this. I don't know how I was planning to do it, but that was my goal, and then probably hit up South Carolina. No offense to the states out here, but you know, Texas is so vast. There's only the Alamo that I want to see over here, so I'd rather just take a flight there instead of driving, because Texas, man, I heard Texas is crazy to drive through. So I'm not even risking it. Jeez. Provisions are gone. Supplies are in bad shape. Oh, crap. Are you kidding me, dude? Jeez. And they brought in another army. Well, no, this is the same army. 22,000 men. Alright, well, you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna build some forts here. Hopefully. Hold on. I guess because the readiness is so bad, I can't build forts by DC yet. Ah, jeez, that's not good. Alright. That's not good. Technically, we're winning the war. I don't know how that's possible with half the army that the Confederates have. It's just boggles the mind, guys. Like, I'm literally outgunned. And I'm still winning, surprisingly. Oh, crap. Patrick says, McClellan was a great organized administrator, but is still well known, understood, and liked. I was asking more about lesser known, lower ranking generals. Okay. Anyway, as a New York, what do you think is the best movie set in this state? My pick would be Goodfellas. Yeah, I mean, I would have to say, so Goodfellas is probably my favorite. But Donnie Brasco is probably the one that um, is more, at least for me. Oh, they split this army? No, they actually have two armies here. Jeez. Donnie Brasco is one that has a special significance for me. My friends, because the actual bar with Donnie Brasco and Lefty and Sonny Black, Sonny Red, all of them, were like is like I don't know 6 blocks or 7 blocks from my house. Um, technically, we technically I met Lefty and Donnie Brasco. Um, I was a kid. It was like I don't know 6 or 7. I forgot how. I just remember that. Um, there's a lot of Italians in my part of Brooklyn, right? And my friend Ron, his grandfather was connected, and he actually went to that bar. He used to drink in that bar. Anyway, I remember like he was well respected on the block, well respected. Like everybody looked up to him and everything. And you know, I was 6, 7 years old. I didn't understand any of this. I just remember that he was special, right? And I remember one time we were going up the block, and he had like a group of people around him, and I remember like everybody was like I don't know talking to him, and I remember like there was something special going on. There was something serious going on, like something like really special, like some special guests were on the block or something like that, because I remember like all the neighbors came out and they're all watching. And it wasn't until like I don't know I was like 11 or 12, and we actually
actually saw the movie, they were like, "What are you talking about? Your grandfather knew Sonny, Lefty, and Donnie." And you're just like, "Dude, you don't remember that time?" I'm like, "Dude, we were 6 years old. I don't remember yesterday, you know." Um, so he was just like, "Yeah, it was just like, my grandfather knew him, and he came out on the block numerous times." It's like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that." So, it holds some special significance for us. It was some good stuff. Good times. But that wasn't the first and last time that crazy stuff was going on back in. Oh man, they're trying to take Indianapolis. 32%. Ay, mama. See, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, I can't even get there. There's a railroad that goes from Indianapolis to here, but it would take a month to get there. We have to go though. I'm gonna have to do a force march. No, I can't do a force march. Shoot. I have no choice. I have to take Indianapolis. That's a state capital, I think. But yeah, we growing up in Brooklyn and in our area, like we had some interesting times growing up. We what was it? I'm not gonna mention their names. I don't even know if they're out. And hopefully, yeah. But hopefully, yeah. No. Uh, so we used to back in Brooklyn, right? Back in the day, we used to try to like hang out on the block, right? Like when we were 12, 13, 14, whatever, right? We used to chill on the block, and I used to try to, we used to try to chill on my stoops, but my family didn't like that. My family owned the building. They were like, "No, get off the stoop," right? So we got off my stoop. We went to Ronnie's stoop, right? His family owned the building, but they're like, "No, you guys got to get off the stoop. Go to the park." I'm like, "I'm not going to park. We go to park to play football, baseball. Like, there's nothing else. I'm like, we're not going all the way to park, right?" So then we would go from stoop to stoop to stoop, getting kicked off all the time, man. And it got so frustrating, man. I'm telling you. And it got so serious that like we'd be chilling on the stoop, and like owners of the building would be like running down the stairs with like a freaking thing trying to hit us, man. Like it was like crazy. Like we're just trying to sit on the stoop and chill. We weren't rowdy. We were just like BSing and just chilling. Oh crap! They're about to. Oh crap! They're bringing their army down. 30,000 against my 15,000. That's not good. And then my guys are hungry. Low food, low ammo. Oh crap, that's not good. And the ammunition is... Yeah, this is gonna hurt. And I can't engage, right? Because John Reynolds is see deficit. I can't even move. But yeah, we couldn't get off. We can't even find a place to sit, right? And so Ronnie I think had the idea. Is like, look, a block away, there's Baldo's, right? It's a restaurant, pizza. You get a slice, right? And I was like, listen, we go in there, right? We order a slice every half hour or hour, whatever. Get a drink, whatever. We could chill in there. And I was like, all right. So we used to do that, and we did that every day. And we got to know the owners, right? It was a couple of brothers, and they're like, "You guys in here all the time?" I was just like, "Yeah, we like your place, all this stuff," and we got to know them, and so began an interesting part of our lives. Apparently, they were. What's the word I'm looking for? Apparently, these guys were connected. They were not just three owners. They were three owners that had some side businesses. And, they started saying, hey, you know what? You guys are always in here. It's like, we got a couple of jobs if you guys want, we'll give you some money, whatever. We'll give you some food, fill you up, if you guys are interested. And we didn't know any better, right? We didn't know what was going on, right? We were just like, yeah, why not, man? If we can make $100, you know, doing this, or $100 doing that. They're gonna feed us, and they fed us, man. Holy crap! Like when they fed us, man, they would give us like these massive, like old country Italian food, and it's just like, dude, I'm not gonna finish this. Man. It was delicious, man. But we got we got into some. We realized these guys were. Oh, hold on. We realized these guys were a little bit more than owners when we were painting their house, right? For some money, whatever. And they told us, don't go in this room. Whatever you guys do, paint this. Don't go in here. And if you guys are watching this, they probably forgot about us, but I didn't go in the room. Ronnie didn't either. Rob did. Rob went in the room, not us. We specifically told him not to go in the room. Anyway, Rob opened the door, found some stuff in the room that he was not supposed to find, and me and Ronnie looked at each other and like, dude, this is are these guys? And Ronnie was like, yeah, I think they are. I'm like, and we can't just okay. This is a little scary. I mean, it was cool, but also scary. Are you familiar with the Red Berry Hotel on the 29th Street in Manhattan? That's where me and my girlfriend from Ridgefield, Connecticut stayed in 2017. Red Berry Hotel. Let me actually check. That's a great question. Sounds familiar. Googles. Why does Brave have their own? Everybody wants their own. What do you call it? Their own browser. I mean, own search engine. Where is this thing? Ah, there it is. Okay. Redberry Hotel, and this is on between Park and 4th Avenue. I don't think I mean, I've probably been there. Come on, what the heck is going on? Why is this not? Four-star hotel? Whoa! You stay... Hold on. Let me read this again. Are you familiar with... That's where me and my girlfriend stayed in 2017. You stayed here? Holy... Dude, you stayed here? $4,000! What do you do, dude? Holy jeez, man. You stayed at this hotel? $4,000! And that's on the discount sites. That was a beautiful room, though. Dude. Wow. I mean, I walked by. Probably looked at this place. Definitely never stayed there. Let's. Oh my gosh, dude! You stayed here? Are you out of your mind? $4,000. Oh wow, they got a nice record thing there from back in the 20s. Wow. No, I'd never been there. I'd probably have a drink there, maybe. I would never order food there. I can imagine how much the food is. Probably come out with $1,000 bill. Holy crap, man! That's some. Wow. No, I've never stayed there. Let me... Where's the... Oh, there we go. Alright. Let me check this place out. It's gonna be on... Where's this Red Berry? It must be here, because I can't... Yeah, it doesn't pop out either. Is this the same red berry? Yeah, so it should be this thing here. Right? Am I mistaken? It should be this. Yeah. Okay, so this is the red berry. I would honestly, for something like this, I'd probably just walk past and not know. Like, I would look and then just walk past. Because, like, you probably have, like, a secret door. You go inside or something. Nah, I would... I mean, I'd probably walk past here. But no. Nah, never go in that. Definitely never. The only time that I've been in a nice hotel was here. I stayed actually in Times Square. I'll make a separate video for this, but I'll also mention it. 42nd Street, Bryant Park. No, Times Square will be here. All right, so what is the name of the hotel I stayed at? It's called the W Hotel. Okay, so I stayed at here. Now, before people go like, "Oh, you stayed in an expensive hotel." No, I didn't. I didn't pay for it. So at the time, this is actually cheap. Holy crap! How is this only $420? Wow. Okay. So I stayed at this hotel, not overnight, and it does have some beautiful views. Like, yeah. So there's a story about this. Yeah, it has some beautiful views. So there's a story about this. You guys are popping up some memories in my head here. I was dating a girl who went to NYU, and I remember I was sitting down, me and her, we were kissing and stuff like that, and I remember me and her were, there was a movie going on, we were kissing. Her roommate comes in, we're just like, hey, she's like, hey, it's like I can't deal with this. And we're like, what's going on? And she says, just like, there is a hair in the tub. I'm like, all right. She's like, I'm not taking a bath in that. I was like, that's disgusting. Whose hair is that? And I'm like, not mine. I'm like, I didn't like I never even been in their bathroom, right? And I'm just like, I looked at her and she's like, I don't know. She's just like, all right, well, I already talked to my dad. We know where we're going. And she's like, all right. So I'm like looking at the girl I was with. She's like, we're gonna have to go to 42nd Street. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, we gotta go to 42nd Street. I'm like, all right. So we got on the subway. We were heading over to Times Square, and we walked into the W Hotel. I was talking to my girl, and I was just like, what's going on? She was like, all right. So she doesn't like, she won't like unless we like Clorox bleach and have like a maid has to come in and bleach the tub or whatever. She will not take a bath and she won't take a shower. So her father, apparently some high-end executive, one of the big companies, I remember she was saying, COO, I think, Intel, I don't know, one of those big companies, got her a room at the W Hotel, and apparently this is this happens 2 or 3 times a week, and I remember just going like, what? Now, mind you, I was in the military at the time, so like when we got on active duty, right? We didn't even have like, it was one big room with like, I don't know, 30 or 50 shower heads. So hair was the least of our problems. I didn't want to see anything that, anyway. So we got into this W Hotel, and I remember this was like big thing for me because like, I'm a kid from Brooklyn, right? Like, I don't got money. They wouldn't even let me in if it wasn't for this girl, right? So we walk in, and I remember I was like, how was it? I walked with my girl, with her, to like the front desk, whatever, and she was getting her thing, and there was a woman next to me too, and we were all talking, and they were like looking, and they were like laughing. I was behind them, and I was just like, this is just weird, man. Like, I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, this is weird. Like, we're staying at a hotel, so she can take a bath. So they were laughing. They were like, I'm like, So we went into we went into the what do you call it? The freaking elevator, right? And they were like, "Oh my gosh!" It was just like, "I can't believe that she was right next to us." It's just like, "We should have said hi." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You didn't know who was next to us?" She's like, "No." I was like, "What are you talking about?" So Gwyneth Paltrow was right next to me. I didn't even realize it. Like literally right there. So I was just like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You didn't notice Gwyneth Paltrow was standing right next to you?" Like Gwyneth Paltrow. She's like, "Yeah, you didn't notice that?" I'm like, "No." I was gonna. It was very dark, by the way. Like it's a very dark hotel. It was like this was like 8, 9 o'clock in the evening and stuff like that. So I remember I was like, "Oh snap!" I was like, "I didn't know that." It's just like, "I can't believe you didn't see her." I was like, so we went up to the man. She was on like the 40th floor. I remember like we had a really good view. Uh, so we got up there, and it was me, my girl, her, and her friend. And they got a room for double beds. And when we got into that room, I was like, "Wow, this is how rich people roll." I was just like, "Wow, this is this is this is nice." And so I had to do it. I had to open up the bathroom, right? And I'm like, "Wow, I would eat off that floor. Wow." And the tub, oh, man, that tub was, man. If you ever see a movie where like a rich person's in one of those beautiful freaking $1 million tubs, that's what that tub was. And so I don't know, we watched a movie or something like that, and so the girl told my girl, she's like, "Yeah, I don't want you guys to," so like he has to go, because if I would have, you know, if I would have spent the night in one of the double beds, anyway. So I left. I went back to Brooklyn. But I remember that was that time. I was just like, in my head, I'm like, this girl had a father pay for it. It was $1,000 for that night, I believe. It was $1,000 to take a bath, and this happens 2, 3 times a week. I was just like, that time I didn't even have $1,000 in my bank account. Maybe I did. I don't know, but not a lot. Um, let's see. Patrick says, "All right, I think her parents paid for the room." Yeah, yeah, he definitely did. Like she was telling me, he paid it multiple times. Her mom was high up at Costco. Times Square was cringe and overrated. Oh, her mom was high up. Oh, wow. At Cisco. Wow. Okay. My friend's a huge fan of Cisco. Oh, wow. That's interesting. $4,000 a room. She's probably the CEO, or was the CEO of freaking Cisco, for $4,000. I'm sorry, $4,000 for that room. The girl's name. All right. So don't judge me. I don't remember. Honestly, I calculated at one time. I was at Apple, and then I remember what was her name. Um, Denise. Diane. I don't even remember the freaking girl from Apple that asked me to calculate how many girls that I dated and was with. Um, what? I'm trying to think. Sarah? Might have been Sarah. I dated a lot of Sarahs, but I there was this girl at Apple told me, it's like, "How many girls did you date?" And I was just like, I lost count somewhere around 50 or 60. And those are the ones that I remember. Uh, Now, before you jump to conclusions, not all of them, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it was a lot. I was very looking for the right one, right? What? I'm not going. Um, Alex, if you're watching this, ignore everything I said. But yeah, I don't remember her name. Might have been Sarah. I dated a lot of Sarahs. A lot of the girls I ran into were named Sarah. But I'm also thinking of an Amber. Could be Amber. She said, when I picture her face, it feels like it begins with an A. And then the girl that had the room, I don't remember name. I met her for that one night, and that was about it, or a couple nights. Oh, Cisco, not Cisco. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. Cringe and overrated. Yeah, it is. But I will say something about Times Square is obviously New Yorkers don't go to Times Square, but we do for one reason. That's where the tourists are, and that's where people who own nightclubs and comedy clubs, they go there to give out free tickets. So we go there, pick up free tickets, go to the comedy club. So that's one thing I like about Times Square. Also, they had a KB toy store that was crazy. It was like 5 stories. It had like a Ferris wheel inside there. It was crazy. There's a McDonald's still there. I think down this block or down this block. And man, it was the biggest McDonald's, like 3 stories, and it's pretty crazy. My cousin went into NYU. Hey, I dated this girl. All right, so I was in the military. This was before I met my ex-wife. This was probably when I was doing surf. So probably 2004, 2005, one of those 2 years. Catchy Hole. I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me check. Catchy Hole. I don't know what that is. Oh, she's the, oh. I should probably know who she is. Yeah, she's the one that replaced, there you go. Yeah, my thing broke. Anyway, that the new governor, I don't know. Unfortunately, so I don't know too much about her. Um, I know that all the soldiers that I know from that state, Alex, stop. All the soldiers that I know from that state, I haven't talked to in like 4 or 5 years. So I usually base the governor off the soldiers that I know. I haven't lived in New York since 2018, unfortunately. Dang, it's been 5 years. I gotta get out of here. But yeah, so I usually base upon like the missions that we get, um, how they treat the National Guard, the Army National Guard, Air National Guard, State Guard, Naval Militia. If you guys are not familiar with the State Guard, it's the National Guard Reserve. Um, they're force multiplier for the National Guard, Army National Guard, and Air National Guard, and the Naval Militia is you'll see them in New York City. They'll have boats. They'll say Naval Militia. They're basically U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps Reserve that patrol the waterways of New York. They're kind of like the Coast Guard for the state. Um, but I generally judge the governor based upon those kind of things. Uh, Based upon the missions that I cover for the military, I think she's doing a pretty good job. The budgets, I believe, for the New York State military has gone up. They've gotten some good missions. So, as far as I know, the few things that she's did, positive. Um, but yeah, so um, yeah, I usually base those kind of things off, and I haven't been in the military for quite a couple of years. I was thinking about going back in. Um, But yeah, and I'm supposed to. I'm trying to work out a way to cover a couple of trainings out in New York. but it's so hard to get stuff passed. Like, I put in a request to cover a large training segment for the guard in New York. I sent it up to the PAO. That's now going to the commanding general, and that's been out for like 2-3 weeks. So that has to go on their schedule. Then they have to discuss it, get back to me, actually get back to PAO. It's a whole work. Anyway, um, oh crap. So check this out. Oh wow. So these armies are now in this. What the frack is this? I don't understand. This is a battle, right? Is it because... Oh, it's a fort. My guys are in the fort. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know your guys are... I have more artillery than them, but I suffer. Let's see how this works. But yeah, I haven't been keeping up on New York politics, or even Virginia politics for that matter. I just watch the news, and a lot of other states have much more extreme news that's going on that has been catching my eyes. I also been covering the Ukraine crisis. That's the number one thing. Honestly, the little things that the governors do. Like, I know there's this one mission in New York. I can't talk about it. Um, I was trying to cover it, but the PAO was like, "Listen, the government doesn't want." I'm not going to mention, but I can't even talk about it. Uh, I know the PAO that I was talking to wasn't that fond that they were doing that mission. Um, it didn't seem too fond of the governor. But I mean, honestly, I'll just say it's a. I'm not gonna say anything about the mission. Honestly, okay, relax. I didn't think the mission was that big of a deal. I think it was a good mission, but him and I think a few other people didn't like it. Um, I don't know. To me, like, to be a bad governor, you would have to totally reduce. You would have to totally give crappy missions out there, reduce the budgets, basically do those kind of things, and usually those things would spell out like, hey, what the heck happened here? Routed. Oh wow. Oh wow. I lost a lot of men. Check this out. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I really don't have too much comments on that. Gosh, man, how the frack? Check this, guys. How the heck am I losing more men when I'm defending? I have more artillery. I have 300 losses. Jeez. I'm gonna have to have my troops slip away and then... You know what, screw it. Maybe we should send this army south. Alright, I'm gonna have to end this, guys, because my son is getting a little rambunctious. I should have went out tonight. But yeah, I think honestly, guys, like, I know politics at home are like a big thing nowadays. Um, I guess asking about Glenn Youngkin would be more fitting since you live in Virginia. I think I've caught a few things that he did, um, but some of the things are hot topics like abortion, and what's the word I'm looking for? LGBTQ topics that I know the legislature is going into. They're very hot button topics, so I try not to touch on them, um, especially on this channel. I will say though that, and this will show. I mean, Florida's doing it, and I know a lot of other states are doing it. I'm from Apple, like, right? I grew up at Apple. I have a lot of friends that are LGBTQ plus people, and they are the best people I've ever known in my life, and that's saying a lot. Um, like, they've been there for me. They're the most giving, most kind people I've ever known. And so when states like push anti stuff like that, I get really pissed off. Because just because, these are some of the best people I've ever known. I've been in the Marine Corps. I went to boot camp. I did army stuff. I had soldiers that covered my back, but like my friends at Apple, and a lot of them, I would say maybe 30-40% were LGBTQ plus people. Um, they would do things that my Christian friends wouldn't do. Uh, like giving $100 to a homeless person on the street. Um, that I was like, what? You just give them $100? And they're making the same amount of money as I was at Apple, which was not a lot. Uh, versus like my friends who regularly went to church and stuff like that were not on board with stuff like that. I remember having an argument with one of my friends, just like, why did you give that guy $10 or something like that one time? I was like, and he was an alcoholic, right? He was a homeless person. I gave him $10, which is not a lot, right? And my buddy, he was just like, he's just gonna use it on alcohol, and I was like, dude, it's not the it's not the point. Like, my job is to give him money. That's the whole. Like, we both go to church, dude. Like, you not listen to the gospels, and like, our job is not to judge that. Our job is to give to the less fortunate. What he does with the money, that's between him, you know, and heaven. It's not for us to judge. Our job is to give the money, right? To those that less fortunate. And some people are going to argue, and that's fine. Like, this is the stuff that I took from going to church every week, right? Um, obviously, me and my friends differed on that. But my buddy, like Bob, and all these friends that I know that, you know, would just give $100 or five, like, just would always give money and always be there for people that were just going through stuff, and just the kindest people I ever known. So when, like, I hear Florida and all these other states going after them, I get very pissed off. Um, I get very pissed off, and that's why I try not to bring it onto this channel. Um, and then the stuff that's going on in Florida with, like, the anti-immigration bills of the undocumented workers. Look, I did construction, right? I was with a Polish crew. My heritage is Polish, but we worked with uh, Spanish, Mexican, and undocumented people from other countries. They are some of the most hard-working people I've ever known. Hardworking. Holy crap! Like, so when people are like, they're taking American jobs, I'm like, I'm like, all right. Out of all my friends, none of them wanted to do construction. I was the only one that was like, I'm doing construction, right? Uh, I've met, I've worked with the people that were, undocumented. Yeah, and there were some Polish people, I believe, they were undocumented in my crew. Um, so it's not just people of the Hispanic origin. I believe some Polish people were undocumented too. I'm not 100% sure, but people that I worked with that were Spanish, that were from Mexico, that were from Costa Rica, all these less fortunate countries. They are hard working. Like, when I needed a break, like, we're putting up sheetrock, holding it, pushing. Like, I need break. Like, I was like good fit. Like I'm sweating bullets, and I remember these guys just going one to another, and I'm just like, how the f are they doing this? They're not even taking a break, dude. Um, to me, I was just like, what are you, robots or something? Guys, come on, man. Take a break. Can we breathe? We just put up this entire wall, the ceiling, this, there, nonstop. Can we take a 5 minute break before going to the next room, please? Just, please, a little bit. These guys were like machines. I just, wow. Um, Even the Polish guys I worked with, like crazy hard workers. Um, and they were always too like not wanting to take breaks. So like I said, immigrants that come to this country, holy crap, they are some of the most hardworking people. Um, just really hardworking. Like they have that Marine Corps ethic, that stuff in the in boot camp that we get, where you just like, you ain't taking a break. You know when you take a break when you're dead, move, kind of thing. So I have nothing but incredible respect for both, for the LGBTQ and the undocumented workers, documented workers. I have nothing but high respect. So, and I know where Glenn Youngkin, actually, I don't, I know a few of his policies, so I'm not gonna judge him. I know of a few things, not 100%, so I'm gonna avoid it. But I know like Florida is doing some crazy stuff. I know a few other states are doing some crazy stuff. It gets me very upset. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It was great talking to you, Patrick. Maybe I'll catch you. I'll do a live feed if I go to Gettysburg. So hopefully maybe me and you can talk on chat and then maybe meet up, have a drink. I drink IPAs and scotch, so start slamming them down. um, but yeah, it'll be really cool. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Catch you next one. See you then.